I am not speaking as school committee here. I am stepping away from my seat. I am a member of the public. I have a concern on PARCC testing. Seeing that I don't have much time as I'd like to, I'm going to blow through some of this. But just in case anyone doesn't know, CCSS stands for Common Core State Standards. Believe it or not, it was started quite a few years ago. If I said 2009, most of you would shake your head. I will tell you that it started way before 2009. It says here that the Common Core differs from the current educational standards. Each state sets its own learning standards and those get translated through the district. This isn't happening with the Common Core. This is a set of standards that was written by two organizations, the National Governors Association and the Council of Chief State School Officers. These organizations are trade organizations. These are not governors join, school chiefs join, but these are trade organizations. So you need to understand, in other words, our superintendent through Deborah Guest or whoever will be could go and say, we'd like to have a study done, or we'd like this information, and it's done through this organization, can be done through this organization. Common Core state standards are untried, untested, unproven, okay? By default, Common Core requires local school districts in Rhode Island to implement untested new curricula and purchase or deploy aligned curriculum. Many of these systems and materials, textbook worksheets, were developed by a corporation of special interest with direct financial motivation. I'm going to just drop down real quick. This is where I really wanted to get to. Why this PARCC test? What does PARCC testing do? It data mines. But you probably already know that it data mines because when you were in kindergarten, your child went in kindergarten, it was given a number.
You can talk to whoever you want.
Okay. Oh, yes, that's right.
You and I have talked about this.
Enough. Anyway, your data mined right from the time you were in kindergarten, your child was. As soon as your child came in, it was given a number through the state. That number follows that child. Matter of fact, when we were at the Portsmouth School Committee, they were talking about a new program that's coming, that they're getting into, that will find the students once they've graduated from Portsmouth and give back information after they have graduated. So that's how much we can data mine our students. Thousands opt out of PARCC testing in Rhode Island. We PARCC, North Smithfield, Central Falls, Little Compton saw at least 10% of eligible students fail to take the PARCC exam. 10%. Now, this is critical because we're hoping, a group is hoping, that statewide we do get less than 95% because we find the test to be invalid. It's never been validated. Massachusetts has the MCAS, which has been validated. It has been tested. It's been revised. It's been updated. The PARCC testing, as you just heard from Mrs. Crowley, has been changed because they're finding out that there are problems with it. Testing means that subjects tested, math, English, language arts, take priority. That even happened here in Little Compton. Now, maybe as our teachers get more familiar, they can take some and push other subjects into it. Next year, we'll be better at that because we'll have individual teachers with hours of appointed time for teaching. But we are moving away from a lot of this activity. In other school districts, we're trying, from what I'm understanding, we're trying to hold on to it here by giving art, music, I'm sorry, history, social studies, English, science. So we're trying to hold on. In Little Compton, efforts are strong to reduce these subjects, but there is still too much time for practice to take tests. You heard Mrs. Crowley talk about, we had almost a 3-month window. They're trying to close it. They're eliminating tests. But if the test is already not validated, and they're going to start fooling around and tweaking it, how much more invalidated is it going? How can you validate it?
Mrs. Crowley didn't say that. I'm who? This is Crowley.
No.
Okay.
You didn't say anything. You didn't say anything.
About the
I'm saying
changes.
that if it's already not valid, I am, Peg Bugara, saying if it's not validated now, and they're going to change it, how can they validate it tomorrow? So we keep throwing our kids in, having them take this test, when there are other tests that are nationally recognized. Massachusetts, California have competed against the international community and have always come up on top. Maybe we ought to go back and look at what they're doing, what they did, because now they're doing this. Resolution from NERI, which is the New England National Education Association of Rhode Island, Executive Committee, February 23rd, 2015, said not to take the test, basically. They supported teachers. Every teacher was supposed to sign a confidentiality agreement. NERI said, don't sign them. So there was this, even the teachers can't see the questions. When the results come back, they can't tell you what question your child got wrong. If we ever get the results back, we didn't get them back last year.
No, last year's pilot year, this year they're November, December.
And, okay, so child took the test this year, doesn't come back to November, December. What's the effect of the testing? What's going to change on that child's education? Are we going to go back and say, hey, you didn't do good here, let's strengthen you? If a test is going to be of any value, in my opinion, that should happen. All right, so I'm just showing you the new NEA's resolution. The PARCC testing means test questions are confusing, unnecessary, complicated, purposely deceptive. You've all probably, if you've had kids come home and read a question and go, what are they even trying to say? This is happening in the same test. If you're going to ask the question, but they're not doing that. I'm just saying, say no to PARCC testing. I do have this up there. I understand that there are two sides to this. I'm not against testing, and I want you all to understand, I'm not against testing, but this PARCC testing, I think parents need to stay focused on what's going on. We're lucky here. We really are, because our administrators are receptive. Not so much other places. So we do have to support and watch what's going on with the PARCC testing. And in case you're interested, test prep means less quality instructional time. I'm sure a lot of people felt that this year with their kids, that it was all about getting ready for the PARCC testing. I just want you to know, school districts have been bullied. That word is being thrown around so much, but it is true because of the money that's associated with the testing. You want the money, you're going to do A, B, C. And that is a form of, in my opinion, bullying. All right, the only other place I want to go.
I would say maybe mild coercion, but not bullying.
Okay, I'll let you do that. I would just like you to know that even PARCC governing board, the PARCC governing board is changing what is happening to the PARCC assessment. Just so you know, so if they're not comfortable with it and they're changing it, Should you allow your children to be part of it? PARCC is completely experimental, not validated. Standardized test development practice requires the testing instrument be validated. Such validation requires the test maker to show. This test maker is Pearson. Go back and you'll see that there are certain companies that are all integrated to make the money for test books, tests, to retest a child. It's developmentally inappropriate at all grade levels, the things that they're trying to get kids to do. Not enough sample tests. I want to go back, I just want to go to on money. And this is what it's about. It's about money. It's not about your kids. It's not about where you are. It's about the money that this company that was just thrown out of Texas, Pearson, was just thrown out of Texas because of the testing in their textbooks. This is what it's really about. Now, I'm not saying Common Core is necessarily bad, but the PARCC testing is what I have a real strong problem with. The reason why I'm answering this is because a couple of months ago, I was asked about this. What's wrong with the PARCC testing? I didn't answer it because we were already at 11 o'clock. And I didn't feel as though I wanted to do that to anybody at that time. I'm sorry the print's not bigger, but PARCC is a cash cow for testing companies such as Pearson. Technology and testing companies, not educators, have funded and organized this, not educators. And I think that's important. My last statement is, do you not think it would be illegal, should the government mandate that all government schools in the United States accept Common Core? Because that's what they're trying to do. All public education. Do you not think it would be illegal to do so? It can be defended ethically without claiming children of government property. It can be defended as a good idea without claiming all persons in all locations have the same exact needs and wants. Isn't your child special? Aren't they? Would you keep your child in a government school? I just want you to think about the PARCC. Become aware of what's going on. We're doing, I think, a great job with what we've got. We're trying to make all kinds of adaptations to education. So I in no way am trying to besmirch anything that our school is doing or our teachers are doing. I'm just saying you need to watch the PARCC testing. And if you want to know more, there's tons of sites out there. There were 45 states with the Common Core. There are now only 21, I believe. So Common Core is leaving many of the states. I'm sorry I took so much time, but I was trying to answer questions that had been brokered to me by more than one person. Thank you.